Good morning or afternoon, depending on what time this gets posted. I'm Sergeant Groves, and we're back with another Traffic Tuesday. Full disclosure, this question was long, and we might actually be doing Traffic Wednesday for by how long the answer is going to be. This question came in, it has multiple questions built in. I really got the impression that these were rhetorical, but we owe it to the community to give answers, so let's get into it. The question is, why don't you cite for exceeding the speed limits? Why don't you cite for running red lights? Why don't you cite for parking in red zones? Why, oh why, don't you cite for parking on the wrong side of the street? The last one alone would make the city millions of dollars. Funny you should ask. This year, officers from the Ridgecrest Police Department have written 224 citations related to speeding. That being said, I feel like we should clarify something. Merely exceeding the posted speed limit in the city may not actually be a violation. The specific section that officers utilize in the city, because highways and freeways are a little different, is section 22350 of the California Vehicle Code. This section is specifically for unsafe speed, which means that going 37 in a 35 may not be illegal as long as it's safe to do so. This would be based on the time of day, weather, roadway conditions, traffic, and so on. Also, in my experience, I have found that sometimes just stopping someone and warning them about their speed has the same effect as writing a citation. Luckily, we have a little discretion when it comes to writing traffic citations. As far as running red lights, we all agree that running red lights, much like speeding, is incredibly dangerous for everyone on the roadway, which is why we as a department have written 197 citations this year for failing to stop at a red light, arrow, or limit line. Would we like to stop them all? Absolutely. But if you ever went fishing, did you catch all the fish? Probably not. But we do our best. We also do write citations for parking in red zones, as well as parking on the wrong side of the road. But as far as making millions, I don't know about that. First, the cost of the citation for parking on the wrong side of the road is a whopping $53. Even if the city kept 100% of the fine, which they don't, that means officers would have to write 18,868 citations to reach $1 million. In a town of 30,000 people and significantly less licensed drivers, that means virtually everyone gets a citation. Also, the time it would take to write that many citations, if the average citation took 7 minutes, is over 2,200 hours, which is the equivalent to a full year of work for one officer. We as a department think that there is a better use of time for the officers that are patrolling the streets. Although parking on the wrong side of the roadway is illegal, the more egregious violation is driving on the wrong side of the road, which drivers who do park on the wrong side of the road will have to do at least twice to complete the act of parking on the wrong side. And as a final note, the police department is not in the generating revenue business. We do our best to keep our community safe and serve the public. If you see a violation, we encourage you to reach out and contact us. If it's an emergency, dial 911. If it's not an emergency, feel free to dial 760-499-5100 and an officer will respond. Keep in mind that when calls come in, they are triaged based on priority. A baby not breathing will be given a higher priority than a parking violation, but we will still respond. We hope this answers your question. And while I can assure you that we will probably never write 18,000 parking cites in a year, I'll let the officers know that when they're patrolling the street to be on the lookout for those violations. Thank you for all your questions. We're looking forward to the next time. Have a wonderful day.